I'm Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and over the last year, I've tested several Meridian yachts and have always wanted to see how they're built. Join me now as we tour the Meridian factory and take a look. The process starts with a thoroughly waxed hull mold that gets sprayed with gel coat ever so carefully to a prescribed thickness by a trained application expert. Then, vinyl ester resin is rigorously applied to the proper thickness. A layer of chopped strand is mixed with a 2-part resin, then it gets sprayed onto the hull. This specially trained lamination crew carefully lays in sheets of fiberglass material and roll it smooth to get out any air bubbles. They'll continue following the spray gun operator until the surface inside the mold is properly covered. As layers of glass and resin are added, so are stringers, ribs, and longitudinal members that give stiffness and strength to the hull laminate without adding needless weight. All are bonded right in and become one solid unit, much like an egg crate. Right here is a hatch, and it's already had its catalytic thermal curing, so it's dry, but it's also unfinished on this side. This is the gel room. Before the parts are released, the backside gets finished off, or back-gelled. Now here's the piece that has been back-gelled. What's going to happen is, when this gets released out of the mold, fiberglass machinists painstakingly cut right around this edge so you'll have a complete hatch that's smoothly finished on both sides. Now, not every part gets back-gelled. Here are two halves of a hardtop, a top and a bottom. And you can already see how the strengtheners are already bonded in place, making this part strong and light. The two will get released from their molds, then the part on the left will get flipped over and placed on top of the piece to the right. And that's how you'll then have a single part finished on both sides. Here's the Flybridge of the 441 sedan. Constructing the boat in modules like this give the Meridian's craftsmen much better control over the fit and finish that you can see in the finished boat, as well as the wiring and plumbing, which you can't see. This is the flying bridge deck that the flying bridge superstructure will be mounted to. It will go on top, get bonded, and then bolted in place. You can see how Meridian adds these structural supports to strengthen even these components. Notice how these strengtheners are bonded in and joined as one solid piece. And as you can see, they're so strong that they can even be used to lift the entire structure. If you look closely, you can see that the core isn't wood. It's a spar alloy that adds strength but at the same time resists rot. Once this flying bridge is attached to the boat, it's permanently bonded. This is important because the flying bridges on most boats are removed for transport, then bolted on at the delivery point. Not so on a Meridian. Once it's on, it's not going to come off. That's a quick look at how Meridian yachts are built. If you'd like a factory tour for yourself, contact a Meridian dealer and ask them to set one up for you. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.